Take three, third time lucky. So on this video, I'm just going to be inviting Naturally Fed now, or Federico. He is a teacher for us in the School of Naturopathic Nutrition. He also has a kombucha business, and kombucha business and Naturally Fed as well. He does consultations with people on a one-to-one basis as well. So I've just invited him. I'm just going to send another invite actually, and we're going to have a little bit of an interview here. Hello guys. I haven't seen you for ages. I've been hibernating for winter.
Good morning. How's everyone?
Yes, we got good sound. Yeah, good to hear you. Brilliant. That's perfect now. So thanks again for signing in, guys. Sorry about the sound earlier. But yeah, so today we're just going to be talking about how to awaken and feel the best you've ever felt. So anybody, give me a thumbs up if you'd like to feel the best you've ever felt. I know I do. And yeah, so that's what we're going to be highlighting today. And how we're going to be doing that, which is the rejuvenation program, the 12-week rejuvenation program with the School of Naturopathic Nutrition. And it's a transformational course. So I don't know if you want to give some highlights, Fed, of what you experienced with the people and the transformations they gained last time. Fed's gone still. Okay. I don't know if anybody's familiar, but Mercury is currently retrograde, and that has an effect on. It's if you noticed today, Facebook went down, and apparently, I'm not sure if Instagram and stuff went down yesterday as well. So that's not coincidence. It's just when Mercury goes retrograde, or when Mercury goes, yeah, I know Fed's gone, yeah. When Mercury goes retrograde or goes backwards, I believe, and it affects electrical equipment and things like travel, sometimes booking things, contracts, those types of things can get affected. So hence why even Facebook, did anybody else notice? Give me a thumbs up if you noticed that Facebook went down yesterday as well. I certainly did. And there was some really funny quotes which were going out. But anyway, what we're highlighting today is awaken and feel the best you have ever felt. I'm just going to try and get Fed back on again. No, I can't. So anyway, I'm going to do the live. Maybe we'll do without Fed. And Fed, if you come back on, just give me a shout and I'll invite you in. So awaken and feel the best you ever felt. Why are we talking about that? Well, we got a 12-week rejuvenation course. Okay, he's back on. There's a 12-week rejuvenation course which is starting next Wednesday. For some reason, I can't invite you, Fed. I don't know why, but it's not allowing me to. There's no. So maybe if you sign out and sign back in or something. So yeah, there's a rejuvenation course which is starting next Wednesday, the 20th, in Cardiff and in Swansea for the School of Naturopathic Nutrition. And last time it was absolutely transformational, and I love sharing the. Invite me instead of better looking. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, so I think Fed will have something to say about that, though. But there we are. So yeah, what's the rejuvenation program, or what's it all about? So the rejuvenation program is just what it says on the tin, basically. It's how to rejuvenate, how to awaken and feel the best you've ever felt. It's the Naturopathic Nutrition Diploma course condensed. So it's a naturopathic, in essence, it's not all, it can't be all, because the Naturopathic Nutrition Diploma course is a 2-year intensive course, really. Whereas the rejuvenation course is like a foundational course of that. It's a 12-week course which takes you through like hydration, cleaning up the diet. If you're already eating a plant-based diet, then, or even if you're not, if you want to make the transition to a plant-based diet, we highlight how to do that and how to cover your amino acids, essential fatty acids, iron, B12, vitamin D, the common things which people are missing in a vegan diet, for example. Then we can teach how to, okay, looks like Fed's back in. We can teach how to, yes, I'm going to get him back in. Cool. So how to do that and how to do it in a balanced way, because unfortunately there are some commonalities within the common deficiency within the vegan diet. And put the volume down on your put the volume down on your Is the volume down? Yeah. Cool. Fred, we got you, really?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. There was a little bit of feedback, but no, we're cool now. I think we're all good. Wow. Mercury's playing his trick.
Oh my gosh, yeah, never mind Mercury. Outside there's a monsoon. I don't know if you checked the rain.
Right. Yeah,
It
yeah.
was crazy.
Maybe that's where you went out of signal or something, right?
Yeah, tropical Swansea. It's a
Cool.
and Lee, sorry, I got something to say about that comment too.
So if you want to be as better looking than Fred or as good looking as Fred, I don't know about better looking. I'm not sure if that's possible, but when it comes to rejuvenation, no. So Fred, so
Too
what?
kind.
I think I was just asking you a question and you left me hanging, but that wasn't your fault. There's so yeah, I was just saying, what are some of the things you've recognised from people which have studied naturopathic nutrition, gone through your one-to-one sessions, or even gone through like the rejuvenation program? What are some of the results that you've noticed within the clients?
I think it's really interesting to see how people are attracted, obviously, to come to the course, because I think that there's an inner sense of wanting to be healthy, being better looking, losing weight. There's the reasons for joining the course are often different, but there's maybe a common theme, which is about the approach, and is the fact that obviously we're going back to nature, so we're using a natural approach to our health, and obviously using the Hippocrates quote, let the food be thy health. And I think that is pretty much what people find, is the fact that it's so basic and so simple, the approach that we kind of strayed so far away with processed foods, with medicines, with, our fitness. We're so removed from how things used to be, that the course really allows people to get back in touch with that inner sense of nature and being connected, and being part of the world that we live in. So it's very interesting to see how people go back to this approach and really find not only a different way of eating food, but is a different way of life, and you can see that in even just the 12 weeks, because it's 3 months, so it's enough time to really make some drastic changes. You really see how people start to glow, how they start feeling better, feeling happier, and overcoming some of the illnesses in such a short space of time as well.
Yeah.
So very, very transformational.
Yeah. Some people get over like skin conditions, bowel conditions, whole myriad of things really. One of the main things I see is that people come alive and, like I says, awaken and feel the best you've ever felt, and like the skin starts glowing, they start having more energy, and yeah, that's like Fed did the poster, and it shows like a before and after, or like a woman with her head coming through and looking a lot younger and stuff afterwards. And ladies or guys, there we go. Yeah, thank you. Just a few.
There it is.
So, and that, to be honest, that really encapsulated what happens there. Because one of the things I used to say about the diploma course, when students used to come on the diploma course, and not in a derogatory way, but sometimes it was like going from black and white television to full HD, or yeah, what's the newest thing now? It's there's something else that's above HD, isn't it? But it's like that anyway. It's just going into full color, like the skin comes alive, the eyes come alive. They just got more vitality and energy. So if you'd like to experience some of that, then next Wednesday there's a free taster with Fed, which is in Swansea, and next Wednesday in Cardiff as well as a free taster. Is yours starting at 6:30, Fed?
7 till
7
9
till 9.
is
Okay, cool.
advertised.
We've changed ours to 6:30 to 8:30 in Cardiff. So in Cardiff, where the venue's in Salt Court, and it's 6:30 till 8:30. And so if you're closer to Cardiff, if you'd like to come and have a taster session, it's free, but you'll also, in Cardiff, you're going to be getting all of the teachings of the first session. So you get the first session on hydration, loads of content, loads of valuable content. You can come and have a taster for free, and if you can take it or leave it. If you don't like it, then you don't want it, you don't have to continue. But if you do want to continue, then you can sign up for the full 12 sessions. But I'll put the post underneath this video. I'll put the Cardiff one, and Fed will put the Swansea one for the Eventbrite links, or the Facebook links, so you can sign into them and get your tickets. You need to get a ticket so that we know who's coming. So yeah, if you want to experience some of that stuff, I mean, that's what I experienced. I know, is there anything else you want to share, Fed, about what you've got personally from following the naturopathic nutrition approach?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, it's been quite a journey, 100%. And I mean, as much as I was very much the person to go to the herbalist instead of a GP when I was young, and kind of looking at overcoming some acne problems and being overweight and stuff like that, I've always been attracted to that. But over time, you kind of get ingrained into this machine where, if you're ill, you go to the doctor. It's easier to eat convenience food, stuff that you can just pop in the microwave or whatever, or takeaways. So over the years, I became quite unhealthy. And when I started doing the program, it really got that knowledge back into my head about going back to basics. And yeah, of course, you use ingredients, you cook with ingredients rather than buying something already made and loaded with chemicals and stuff like that. So I saw very quickly how that made an impact on me, because the weight was falling off, my skin cleared. Even as a foster carer, I look after children that came to live with me that had a lot of health issues, and just seeing things like eczema and asthma clearing up in the space of a couple of weeks, after, one of the children had it all his life, and so the life-changing things really that are happening. And I found as well that, as you're learning to be healthier, then your mindset changes, because you're feeling happier and you're more open to other experiences as well that maybe, get you to be healthier in a different sense. It is about the whole holistic sort of approach to your well-being. But yeah, so I think that, just to get you a little bit of an insight is an ideal situation really to have these tasters, because people can come along and find out more, yes, about the course, but you're ready to get, you can walk away with a lot of knowledge. If you're in the Swansea area, of course, we run it here as well as in Cardiff. We've had the first session in Swansea after a few years of not being run down here. So it was very good to see that there's still, a community here that is really craving, for this knowledge. And of course, even if you live in Cardiff and you prefer to come to Swansea, it's a better course, better tasters, better food. I'm just kidding, but yeah. There's a competition. Who's the best looking crowd? No. We're gonna go. Who's the healthier, or the healthiest crowd? But yeah, so definitely there's a lot to take away. There's a lot of learning to do. I found as well that it was very, very interesting for the people that came on the course as well to connect and and be part of the course and together and keep in touch afterwards as well. And of course, you get to learn a lot of things that other people are doing as well, which obviously is important as well, and and just contributes to your own learning.
Yeah, I was speaking to somebody yesterday. I don't know if you feel the same, Fred, but I've noticed that on the naturopathic nutrition journey as well, is something happens like when you start to detox and when you start to put the good stuff in, the connection comes back, and then all of a sudden you sometimes some drastic life events happen and your life totally transforms, but for the positive, and you end up getting in alignment with your path, your purpose and your mission. And again, I don't know if you can relate to that, but I certainly can. Since I've been doing this work with Emma, it really has helped me to connect and to realize again like what my purpose is, what my mission is in life, and help me to get, because there's so many of us, we're confused, we don't know what we want to do, we don't know what life's all about. And I think that's a bit of the deeper side of it, a bit of the awakened side of it, where it really helps us to tune in. That's the deeper side of naturopathic nutrition, where it can help us to tune in to who we are, what we're all about, and what we should be doing really, and how to like serve people better ultimately. But yeah, I don't know. Do you notice that with yourself or your clients, or have you noticed that with any others?
I've certainly seen it for myself, because obviously my life has changed, not in just, as I said, in terms of what I eat, but obviously I've started doing other courses as well that were more in line with what I've learned. So I'm doing a yoga teacher training, I'm doing a tantra course as well. So kind of you bring new experiences. But I found as well that it was very interesting to learn from others, because people that are coming on the course and come from all walks of life. So there's been people that sharing about metaphysical approaches, and someone else talking about Reiki, someone else talking about reflexology. So you kind of get on board other things that can really help you on the journey. Now, we're not all the same, and as much as, even the course obviously is set, it's got a structure, but that doesn't mean that every single bit of information is going to be suitable for everyone, because there might be still people that prefer to eat meat, for example, whereas obviously we're advocating more for a plant-based approach. It doesn't mean that everyone has to become vegan just because they're going on the course. But what I found for myself when I started the journey, I know that I did a lot of things in the past, like the sort of fad diets. I've done Slimming World, Weight Watchers. I lost weight, and that was the purpose for me to go on those courses. But I always found that when you kind of remove yourself from that environment, then the issues kind of come back. And for me, going on to the naturopathic course, it was about, it was in a sense kind of trying to brainwash myself, because I find that for myself, I have to be in that machine to be able to do the things that I want to do. So if I do it by myself, by watching things on YouTube or Googling stuff and whatever, there's loads of information, and it can be really confusing. Sometimes it's contradictory as well. Sometimes there's false information, because of course even pharmaceutical companies sometimes will put out information saying the turmeric actually is not an anti-inflammatory. Well, we know that it is, but whether it's pharmaceuticals or not, there's all sorts of conspiracy theories that you can get into or not. But that's the bit that I found really confusing. There's so much information online that for me, going on a course, it was about having that guided approach that really helped my learning, and to make sure that I've got someone to call to, because even now, the people that I taught to last year, people that were on the course with me, you got a community to tap into, and and it's great to still be in touch with people that are interested in these topics, because it continues my learning and my my craving for more knowledge, and having this sort of approach broadcasted to as many people as possible, because ideally I'd like to see the changes that have happened in my life in other people around me that I can see, are struggling or, would like to improve their health.
Yeah, I think 2 points you highlighted there were amazing in relation to like association, the power of association, of having people around you of like mind. I think that's, it's worth its weight in gold. Other people of like mind, because oftentimes, I don't know if you realize in your family and friends and networks and stuff, I'm not talking to you now, Fred, talking to the viewers, but it's like, all of us, sometimes the people that are closest to us maybe are doing different things. When we want to change, then it's like, I don't know if you've heard the syndrome of crabs in a bucket syndrome, where when there's crabs in a bucket, one crab tries to climb out, the other crabs try and chop them down. And it can be like that within our circles and our networks. I talk about that in my book. And unfortunately, because what happens is, as we take a couple of steps forward, it puts pressure on other people, because they feel like, even if we're not saying anything or doing anything, they may feel under pressure to make changes themselves. So just the presence of us saying that we're going to make changes or making changes sometimes can really put pressure on other people as well. So it's really important to have that strength, that network, that community, so that we can hold together, hold strong. And when we're having a wobble, we all fall off a wagon. When we fall off the wagon, to help us jump back on nice and gently and not give us a hard time, and not fall off altogether and not jump back on, that's the worst thing that can happen. But I think that's what the 2-year course is really good for, because it's every month you're checking in and you get that community, which is ongoing. You're always in that Facebook group with them, those people, and of course you've got to contact them anyway. But on a smaller level, a 12-week course as well, because you've got 12 weeks. They say it takes 21 days to form a habit. Now, so I can't work it out exactly, but about 90 days now, roughly, you have. So you triple in that, so there's much more chance. I was speaking to somebody the other day, and it's really interesting. She'd seen a naturopath, not mentioning any names, but she'd seen a naturopath, and she didn't really have a great experience. So, but she branded naturopathy under that experience, but that isn't necessarily naturopathy. Naturopathy is much broader than what she experienced. If you could, it depends on which therapist you see, not the thing it is. You know what I mean? For some doctors, even you can go and see some doctors, and they can be holistic doctors, and say some doctors even, don't anyone take offence by that, but you know, so, you know, some doctors have got like an alternative viewpoint, if you like. And I took a second opinion when I wasn't very well as well. I took a second opinion, and she was really up for me continuing with all the alternative stuff, which is amazing. So, yeah, so that was one of the points you highlighted. And the other point was, I think, that you highlighted, which was really good, is the whole thing about so much information out there within the information age, right? There's so much information about health, nutrition online and stuff, but it's so confusing. You just end up thinking like, well, what's right? Like, you know, it's like 1 week they tell you coconut oil is good for you, the next week it's not good for you, like you said about turmeric. You know, 1 week they're saying it's anti-inflammatory, the next it's not. But when you've got like a course which teaches you actually how things are, you can put it through that filter, and then, of course, whatever comes with you, whatever you're researching, you can put it through that filter of the knowledge and the understanding and the realizations you've got, more importantly, not just knowledge. Because book knowledge is just book knowledge. When you've got experiential knowledge you've had for yourself, nobody can take that away from you. Yeah. I'm going to
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was going to say as well that, you know, there's a lot of people that we're in touch with, and I come across it obviously in my work, but also in my daily life. You know, just talking to people, and people say, "Oh, I've been so ill today," or like, "I've got this cold that I haven't been able to shift for the last three months," or sometimes people with cancer, sometimes people with other conditions, and you know, obviously I've got some knowledge from the course that I've done, but I've seen as well that on the course, you know, people that are coming along, they're not just necessarily coming along for themselves, but they're coming along because within their family, within their friends, there's so many people that are needing this advice. And you know, often they've turned to medication. Medication hasn't worked, maybe because they've been on the wrong prescription, or maybe because the effect of the medication they've been on has created something else for them. So, you know, it is about sharing this knowledge as well, and, you know, and thinking about the impact that a course like this has on the kind of wider community, because it's not just about those people attending. And if I can ask for a favor here, really, for the people that are watching, the people that will be watching later on when this video is shared, is to tag in people that you know, or share this video with other people, because you'll find that there's a lot of people in your networks, in your community, that might be interested in this, even if you're not, you know, and it could be that those people will be the ones that actually will end up helping you at some point because they've attended the course, you know. So if you don't think that it is for you right now, I would ask you to please, you know, try and share or tag people that might be interested in doing this, because, you know, it will definitely pay dividends in some way in the future for yourselves as well. And you know, and of course, if you do have 2 hours of your time to spare, come along on the 20th to find out more, because it will really, hopefully it will open your eyes. Well, some people might already know some of the knowledge that is being shared. You might not have tried the treats that we're going to be sharing, because they're going to be good and tasty, but I think it's just an opportunity really to see more about, you know, what it's all about, and why we keep going with these courses.
Yeah, that's a big highlight I think we haven't spoken about, is the tasters and the treats and stuff, because it's not about, right, that's a big misnomer, is that the right word? Misnomer within it's a, sorry, my English isn't the best, I'm a Valley boy. It's a big misnomer, I think, amongst people, where they think that eating healthy means you don't have treats, means that you don't have nice food and stuff, means that you don't get to enjoy it. We love our food more than anybody. I actually probably enjoy our food more than most other people, because we're not taking in one sense, we're not taking anything away, because everything we're taking away, we're replacing with something better. And so it's a win-win. You still get the flavors and stuff, but you don't get the downers after it. You know what I mean? Like, one of the things that, like, most people have a morning coffee. Like, one of the things I got here is some mate tea, for example. Yeah, there's some caffeine in this, so it's got that boost, but it's also got the antioxidants in it as well. Whereas roasted coffee beans, you haven't got the antioxidants within them to compensate for the damage that the caffeine does, you know. So there's little tricks that you can do like that. So you still having the thing which gives you the boost, but it doesn't give you the negative. It doesn't give you the come down afterwards. But after you've had that coffee, maybe an hour later, you're looking for something sweet or another coffee in order to lift you back up. So with something like this, it's a steadying treat, so you don't have that big downer afterwards. Or with the desserts that we make, the natural desserts and stuff, then you or, you know, with the better sweeteners in them, then they're much more balanced. They've got fibre within them as well, usually, so that it slows down. It's less of a GI thing. So you're not on this roller coaster. It's energy roller coaster. You know? So like you said today, give us a like, give us a love, because that helps to get out to more people, and share this with your friends and with your family and stuff, because you know, your health is your wealth. If you haven't got your health, then all the money in the world is no good to you, right? So the next 20th,
100%.
yeah. So the 20th, Feds is doing. What's the venue of yours next week, Fed?
So it will be in the annex of Quaker's House, which is on Paget Street in Swansea. So if you know, the Quaker's House is next door to the YMCA, close to St. Helens Road, big, massive building. And just across the car park, there's the annex, which is a tiny little building. Lovely little settings. We got toilets, is accessible. There's a kitchen there, so we can cook, and we can share treats as well, because that's another part. You know, we do bring along some treats, and there's also a taster evening where everyone cooks and brings some stuff along. So it's a perfect setup. But yeah, it's a good venue, and there's plenty of parking nearby as well.
Awesome. And ours is in Insall Court, and that's in Cardiff. So Feds is starting at 7 o'clock next week, and Feds is more of an introduction, and then it's going to be 12 weeks beyond that, right? There's going to be 12 weeks after that. So next week is a totally free taster, and then you've got 12 sessions. In Cardiff, slightly different. We're going with the first session of the course is actually next Tuesday, but it serves itself as a taster as well. So but also you're going to have the tasters, the nice drinks. Like Fed has got a kombucha business, and that's a healthy alternative to alcohol, Coke, pop. You know what I mean? Pop, they call it pop everywhere else? I don't know if that's
some people do.
It's a Welsh thing, but yeah, so it's a good alternative because it's got a good bacteria. Yes, it's got sugar in it, but most of the sugar, and if not all of the sugar, if it's fermented properly, gets eaten by the bacteria, and then it creates positive bacteria instead. So it's still got the flavour and the taste. That's what I mean. We're getting the better thing. So alcohol would have been the thing that I drank before, but now it's kefir and kombucha. So, you know, instead of like energy drinks, it still gives you the energy because it's got some caffeine in it, but it's done in a way that it's got the positives to go alongside it, right?
Hey, now we're giving away too many secrets from this course, Steve.
Sorry,
let's get people on.
We're giving too much. So it's, yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks everyone for signing in. If you've just signed in, Philip, my old schoolmate, how are you doing? And, Phil, sorry, Phil. If you've just signed in, sign in for the start again. Loads of content, loads of info, some nice little tips on this, but also some, yeah, we highlighted what some of the benefits are of doing the Rejuvenation course. It's a 12-week course starting next Wednesday in Swansea and Cardiff. In Swansea, 6:30, the Quakers. In Cardiff, the Quaker House is how it's called.
Quaker House, by 7 p.m. start.
7 p.m. in Swansea, 6:30 p.m. in Cardiff, and it's a couple of hours. Come and invest a couple of hours in your health, and you get some tasters, you get some treats, you get some nice drinks, some nice. You're going to be making some little treats as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We got some lovely things waiting.
Okay.
Let's not spoil the surprise.
Yeah. I love that. If you're doing the ones that I really like, I might come down anyway, but I've got to be in Cardiff, so. But so I'll be done in the one in Cardiff. If you're closer to Swansea, then go to the one in Swansea with Fed, and just have a taster. Take it or leave it. It's up to you if you want to do it. Arwell, how are you doing? Sign into the start if you want to speak the full one. But we'll also, beneath this video, we'll post the event so that you can sign up for a ticket, because you'll need to sign up for a ticket in order to come. You could turn up on the night if you really wanted to, but we need to know numbers. So please sign up there's a Facebook event called the Rejuvenation Cardiff or the Rejuvenation Swansea, and that's on the School of Naturopathic Nutrition page. Well, beneath this video, we'll just post the link now. So thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for signing in. Really great to see you again. Thanks a lot, Fed. And
thank you. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys. All the best.
Okay.
Bye.
See you soon.